I'm just gonna put this at the start of the video. I have a TikTok now. Yeah, I just opened it. It's brand new. It's fresh. I've just made it. I've got a couple videos on there. So yeah, it's the same Loudmouth Canadian. Go up there, follow, subscribe, comment, let me know. All right, let's get into the video. Welcome back. You already know what time it is. I'm the Loudmouth Canadian. Another day, another anime episode has been released. My Hero. Last week's episode was spectacular. One of the best of the season so far. Maybe even the best in the whole series. But we're back. Episode 18, titled Izuku Midoriya Tomorrow Shigaraki. Let's not waste any more time. Oh, actually, you know what? I think I must pronounce it. I think it's Shimura? Nope, I was right. Shigaraki. Without further ado, let's just get straight into it. I'm a Loudmouth Canadian. Like, comment, subscribe. And yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so we have this cute little bit just before the opening credits. We see Deku, he's still in a coma, still hasn't woken up, but Midoriya still senses, not Midoriya, sorry, All Might still senses the previous users within him, and he has this theory that Deku must be talking to them. And he's right. We see Deku standing in front of all the previous users, except two who are like refusing to like sit down in this chair arrangement he has. So like they're just facing the wall, like they've been told off or something. But yeah, that's it so far. So the first user explains that before they wouldn't be able to converse with each other, neither him, Deku, or the other previous users. What's happened is a couple months ago when Deku first activated Black Whip, this sort of grew the power of One For All, and so now he's able to communicate with the other users on this level, and his further confrontation with All For One, sorry, always gonna do that, it's broadened it even more, so now they're able to converse like this. He's even to the point now where in previous versions of this, Deku didn't have a mouth to communicate back, but slowly and surely he's now being able to communicate while in this sort of realm. And there we meet one of the users of All For One, the fourth user, Higage Shinomori, and he is the one that manifested the recent ability of Deku, which is you guess you could call it Spidey Senses. If you really wanted to be that guy, you can call it Spidey Senses. Alright, let's continue. Okay, so he gives this explanation of, I'm the one with that danger sense quirk. Yagi figured it out, and the way that they explained how they're able to share information is that because Yagi is still alive, whatever he finds out, the consciousness spreads it to the other users. And so he asks Deku, how old was I when I died? And do you know the, what's it called, looking for? Cause of death, sorry. And Deku says, yeah, it was 40, but All Might had written it but scratched it out, so he didn't know what the cause of death was. That's when you realize him, and I believe the fifth user, I could be very wrong on that, they died of old age. And he goes on to explain that when he was first given All For One, the quirk, right? Or One For All, the quirk, he realized that he would not be strong enough to face All For One. Damn it, I'm going to do this all the time. It's so annoying. Because at the time, the quirks that was passed along was what? Danger Sense, and we don't know the others yet. We just know it's just Danger Sense. And he knew that himself, he wouldn't be able to stop All For One. So he spent most of his time training, honing his skills, trying to become better and stronger. But then one day, that crack on his face appeared, and it turned out the All For All, sorry, god damn it, it wreaks havoc on the body. When you have a quirk and you get One For All, it wreaks havoc on the body. And so that's what happened to him and the other user. And so the first user chimed in and says, yeah, this happened to many of us. In fact, because all for one for all, damn it, passes on the quirk. It passes on from user to user to user. It stores up all the quirks and passes it on. It just messes with the body. It drains the life force. It basically reduces your lifespan. And so he asks a question, well, look at Yagi. Yagi has held it for a longer time than the fourth user. How come he's doing fine, he's okay? And the way they explain it is, the commonality between Deku and Yagi, or All Might if you want to call them that, is they didn't have a quirk to begin with. There was no quirk factor. So what they theorize is, if you don't have a quirk, your body is more suited to hold the power of one for all. And the way they picture it is, imagine you have a cup, and if there's water already in the cup and you add more water, it's going to overflow. Whereas if the cup is empty, you're going to be able to put more water in the cup. And so that's what they're explaining to Deku right now. That's why he and Yagi are good users of all for one. One for all. One for all. God damn it. Okay, so there's more to unpack. As we previously discussed, all for one for all. Damn it. I'm going to keep doing that. That's so annoying. But I'm going to keep it in there. One for all has cultivated now to the point where it's just filled with quirks. So if you pass it down to someone with a quirk, it's just not going to work. It won't reach its full potential. And so to pass on the power, it has to be someone without a quirk. But now in this day and age, everyone has a quirk. Everyone. There is not a single person who doesn't have a quirk. And so the users tell Deku that he's probably the last user of one for all. It's a mind trip. Imagine you be given this insane power, told that it's been passed down through generations upon generations upon generations, and told you're the last one. I mean, statistically speaking, there might be some people without quirks, but it's so rare at this point. It's so rare. It's literally nigh impossible to find someone without a quirk. And that's what makes Yagi and Deku so special. Then we have Shimura. This was the user before All Might. She stands up and she asks Deku, do you have what it takes to kill Shigaraki? And she explains that they are able to read and they feel Deku's emotions. They react to it. And the users say that they felt what Deku was feeling, and you felt like you could help Shigaraki. However, when we looked at Shigaraki, we sensed nothing but hatred. This guy did not want to be helped. And that's Shigaraki. Shigaraki had it rough from a young age, and he expected superheroes to come and rescue him. And when they didn't, it just broke him. And it created this being that's so filled with hatred. And that's what All for One was looking for. That's why he chose Shigaraki. Because as the way that they explain it, One for All was created with the sole purpose of stopping All for One. It's made with this intense, everlasting will. That's why All for One, One for All, damn it, cannot be taken against his will, because it's just too powerful. So imagine like you have a motivated guy in the gym and you want to stop him from going to gym. Because he's so motivated, because his will is so high, he's going to stay in the gym and just ignore you. They said that the reason why All for One chose Shigaraki is because his will and hatred is so intense, it might be the thing to stop and take one for all. So now imagine the guy in the gym, something happens. Something out of his control that stops him from going to the gym. That's what All for One is counting on Shigaraki to be. The thing that finally tips the scale in his favor. And so now Shimura is blaming herself for what's happened. If you know the backstory, Shimura is the grandmother of Shigaraki. Shigaraki's dad was abandoned by the mother to keep them safe. The dad didn't want Shigaraki to be a hero. The dad was very abusive. This triggered Shigaraki's quirk. Shigaraki killed the entire family. This is what created the monster, and she feels guilty. But she still has to ask the question, because someone like Shigaraki, once they become strong, once they reach the apex, it's going to be hard to stop them. So she asks, do you have what it takes within you to kill Shigaraki if the time calls for it? Alright, let's continue. And then we get Deku's reply, and he goes on to say that when he was in the Mindscape battle with Shigaraki, behind his dream to destroy everything, he sensed a child that was crying. And he goes on to talk about all the battles he's had against villains, and how that he never knew the struggle of where they came from before they became a villain. And if he had known that, maybe he would have acted different, maybe he would have done things differently. Then he goes on to speak about how One For All has become more than a quirk. It's become something that's used to save everyone. All Might taught him that One For All, is a symbol. It's there to help people. It's there to bring them up, to tell them that everything is going to be okay, to protect them from harm. And so to use this quirk to kill, he can't do it, because that's not what the quirk is made for. And he finally gains this position where he's able to talk fluently now. He's able to communicate, and he even transformed into a child version of himself before saying, look, I'm going to do what I can to save Shigaraki. And the All For One spirit starts crying, Shimura starts crying, and then it's revealed that this was a test. They don't want Deku to actually kill Shigaraki. They were just testing to see what his resolve was. And so the first user looks to the two at the back that doesn't want anything to do with Deku and says, look, whether you like it or not, you're gonna have to help him out. He goes to comfort the All Might spirit. Then Shimura, she starts to cry because she regrets her decision, and she says, you're gonna wake up soon. When you do, tell Gran Torino we made the wrong decision, but hey ho, that's the way life goes. And so it transitions out of Deku's body. All Might is sensing that everything's wrapping up within him. This is when he gets a knock, and it's Best Genius and its Hawks. They are there because they want to know about One For All and Midoriya. The secret's out. There's some type of connection, and we need to know. We need to consolidate information. And at first, All Might, he's sort of conflicted, but he knows, hey, time's up. Chaos is going out. We need to resolve the issue. So this last bit of the episode is the press conference with the top 3 heroes, Endeavor, Best Genius, and Hawks. And it starts off with Endeavor. He confirms Dabi is Toya Todaroki. He is his son, and he apologizes. It's the reason why he's caused so much damage, so much chaos, and he as the parent has to hold responsibility, and he as the number 1 hero has failed the public. So he apologizes, and everyone's in shock. Everyone is at wit's end. Everyone can't believe this. It's over. It's basically over. Then we have Hawks. He too apologizes. He says he should have revealed that his dad was a criminal, and also, yes, he did kill twice. He was an escaping villain whose quirk would have made loads of problems for everyone, so he did it. But yet, taking a life goes against the human morale, and so he apologizes as well. And then we get this report. He says, "My mom, she was injured when Gigotomankia rampaged, and you guys, you don't even seem destroyed. It just seems like you don't care." And Endeavor makes the point of, "Will me crying bring back those you've lost? I am Endeavor. I'm the #1 hero. I need to take accountability, and the way I'm going to do that is by stopping Shigaraki and making sure no one else gets hurt." This is where we get Best Genius. He says that there's too much chaos. It's hard to protect everyone. So what they come up with is schools and large facilities with large capabilities will now house those looking for shelter, as long as there's enough security to keep them safe. And the parents of the students are already moving in. While we take care of this threat, everyone has to move in to make sure we can keep you safe, because we are spread thin. We are losing numbers, losing heroes by droves. So we need everyone just to be in one remote location so it's easier to track. So we get this little sort of information dump where, it seems like the chaos will never end, but there's still heroes who are willing to stand up to fight. And the last scene is all the students of UA have letters on their doors, and it's from Midoriya explaining what All For One is, what his connection to Shigaraki is, and he's leaving. He's gone. And the last scene is the little introduction of Dark Deku. Everyone's been waiting for Dark Deku. All the tweets, all the videos, everyone's been waiting for this moment. So it's just nice to see, finally we get into this part of the series. But yeah, this is like the final stages. So next week we're probably going to see that. Tell me what you think in the comment section down below. I'm Vyen. Thank you, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one.